Hey, Chi Alpha. So today I want to talk to you about a very simple leadership principle, and it is this: be a thermostat, not a thermometer. What do I mean? There's this fascinating little story that Paul sort of throws out in the book of Galatians. So when Paul was at Antioch, Peter, Cephas, was eating with the Gentiles, something that would have been forbidden in his upbringing. But in Christ Jesus, as Paul tells us, there is neither Jew nor Greek, male nor female, slave nor free. And the old dietary restrictions upon the Jewish people have been lifted in Christ the Messiah, who is the fulfillment of the law. And so Peter's eating with the Gentiles, making them feel included. But then some people come from the mothership in Jerusalem, from the old church, and they do not yet have full understanding of the way the law and the gospel interact, and that we have freedom in Christ. And Peter gets afraid, apparently, because he begins to withdraw. He begins to eat only with the other Jewish believers, leaving the Gentiles on their own, these new brothers and sisters in Christ. When Paul sees this and sees not just Peter, but even Barnabas, his friend, is being led astray, he confronts Peter publicly and leads him to live in line with the truth of the gospel. Here's the thing: both of them saw what was happening in their environment. They registered the temperature, but one simply reflected the temperature. That'd be Peter, who was a thermometer, and Paul acted to change the temperature. He was a thermostat. On your whatever your ministry assignment is, whether you're a life group leader, if you're a life group leader and you realize people aren't sharing enough in your life group, you can either just register that as a thermometer, or you can act to change that as a thermostat and lead with a vulnerable story of your own. Worship leaders, if you're reading the room and you realize that people are not quite engaged, you can either just register that, go back and complain to the other worship leaders about it, or you can kick things into a new gear and you can exhort the people. You can be a thermostat and bring change. In your residence hall, you're just sitting around, people are talking, they're joking, you realize it's going in a direction you don't like. You can either just register that and say, man, it's hard to be a Christian at Stanford, or you can act to change that. You can be a thermostat on this campus. Basic leadership principle: wherever you're at, be a thermostat, not a thermometer. Don't just reflect the temperature, understand it and act to change it. Thank you, appreciate what you do. We're all in this together. God bless.